This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cage Side Press here with Sergio Pettis, who fights Magomed Magomedov on October 3rd. Road to Dubai, the Champion Series for the PFL. Sergio, coming off a victory over Raufeon, it had been a minute. You'd been on a bit of a skid. Are the vibes different now coming off a win? Is the proverbial the monkey off of your back, so to speak? Are the vibes different going into this one?
This fight, I feel like the vibes are different going in just because I don't know the guy. You know, with the Raufeon fight, it was so unique going in there and fighting somebody that I truly knew and somebody I trained with very intensely for 7 years. You know, I was helping him get better for fights. He's helping me get better for fights. So that was a tough fight going in there, especially coming off of two losses. You know, I'm like, dang, I've had this happen to me before in my career. You know, the two loss skid mark, and it sucks. You know, it puts you in a weird mentality, puts you in a dark place. But I feel like just the whole Raufeon fight in general was just like a thing I barely wanted to do. But coming out with a win was cool, man. You know, getting me ready for this Magomed Magomedov fight. That preparation for Raufeon was pretty much the same as the preparation for a Magomed Magomedov fight, so it played out really well.
I was going to bring that up because I think one of the things that was surprising, both of you guys have been in Bellator for a minute, and obviously, you were injured when they did the Grand Prix and everything like that. So it's like, okay, how close was it? Was he ever a guy that they had talked to you about, like, hey, like we'd like you to fight Magomed? Like, how close did that ever come across your desk over the years?
That fight barely came across my desk, honestly. It was more of a Raufeon Stots. Back in 2022 when I won that belt, or I think it's 2021 actually, when I first got it against Juan Archuleta. Yeah, when I first got the belt, Juan Archuleta, we're in the parking lot going to the gym about 3 days after both of us just fought on the same card. And he was telling me, like, hey man, I hear, you're next, and how do you feel about it? And I'm like, bro, we're boys and all, but at the same time, you deserve an opportunity to become a champion. So I won't say like no, like of course, like if it's your time to fight for the belt, let's do it. You know, it is what it is. Tore my ACL unfortunately, so I felt like that fight was. I'm like, dang, it was tainted. I didn't even want to take that fight. I'm like, me trying to fight my friend, I ended up tearing my ACL. It was like almost like the universe was teaching me a lesson or something. But here comes 2025. I haven't fought for a while. They gave me an opportunity, and the opportunity only is Raufeon Stots. So like, we can bring you back for a fight June, and you have to fight Raufeon, or you got to wait till September and possibly fight whoever we put you against. Me having a kid, I'm like, bro, I got to take this fight. Like, I need the money. I need to advance my career. Raufeon calls me 2 hours later. He's kind of in the same boat. He's like, hey man, I just had a daughter, so I got to take this fight. I know your kid's coming. You got to take this fight. Business is business, and let's go out there and compete. So we did that, and yeah, it was tough, man. Definitely glad that that's past me, and now I can fight somebody I have no relationship with, no someone that I actually want to go out there and compete and beat. But Raufeon, I went out there and I was
Yeah.
just like, man, win or lose, like whoever wins wins. May the best man win type of thing. But this one is like, nah, this one's personal. Magomedov's personal.
I mean, well, to bring that up, I was actually surprised you haven't fought Magomedov. Let's talk about that a little bit. Obviously, it's been, it's one that we thought would happen, at some point. Obviously, both of you guys same promotion for a minute now. Just talk about that. Why is it personal? What is it about this one that you feel like, hey, there's a little more venom in this?
Man, I just feel like I'm ready to be on my spree again, get things rolling, get back on that 5 fight, 6 fight, 7 fight win streak. And it's gonna start with and obviously Raufeon's the beginning of it, but now Magomed Magomedov, like I said, this is someone I've been wanting to fight for a while. And a guy that's been on my radar for a while. And it was just a matter of time before we fought. Now that I got past Raufeon, he's been calling me out a lot on Instagram, like let's see who the real king of the jungle is over here at the PFL. He calls himself the Tiger, I believe. So he's like, always putting these emojis and stuff like I'm the real king of the jungle. Let's try it out. Let's see who it is. And yeah, they match us up next. So I'm excited for this one, man. And I've never fought a Dagestani wrestler. I've never fought a Russian. So I'd like to see how my style matches up against their style. It's something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And I've seen a lot of guys, have terrible nights against this Dagestani guy. So I want to go out there and see what I could do.
I was gonna say, do you feel like that's a distinct kind of thing that it's like, no, like, yeah, you bring in guys from the wrestling practice and everything else and you try to emulate, but do you feel like there is a very distinct, like, no, th this is different than the guys who roll and they wrestle in the United States?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think there is a difference. Just because these guys have been doing sambo their whole lives, technically it's MMA. So these guys have years of experience in competition with mixed martial arts. Whereas over here in the United States, I started off doing taekwondo. So, I was a taekwondo guy at first, made my way into jujitsu, made my way into kickboxing or wrestling or whatever. those guys straight up are doing all that since a young age. So they definitely got a different mentality and a different tier of a competition. But I think the United States and all the other countries are catching up, and I think people are catching on to their styles, and we're seeing people have success against that style. So MMA is changing, man, and I want to be one of the guys that evolved the game too. You know, like be another successful fighter against a Dagestani style. It's important to me.
I want to put a pin in the Magomedov fight. Um, Obviously, just got done with the World Tournament. Did you watch the fight? Did you follow? Did you see Alves' final fight to win the
Yep.
title and everything else?
Yeah, Alves is a beast, man. It's interesting because I got that fight. I actually got the call to fight Leandro Higo when his opponent got hurt. Around that time, I had a little injury, so I couldn't take the fight. So Alves took the fight, and now he's, everything played out right for him, man. He got these two dubs. He beat guys that people didn't think he would beat. And, he's got that belt. He's got a cool style. He's got that check. So, sky's the limit for him. And I think personally, he's an interesting matchup for anybody, especially me. He likes to throw hands and, he likes to make things interesting. So I think a fight like that would be great for my style instead of these guys who always want to take me down, wrestle me. And, I want to fight someone who wants to slug back with me. It's been a while.
Well, I don't got to tell you, obviously, a lot of people feel like the winner of this one probably is going to fight him. Probably, PFL undisputed title, however they, present it next year.
Yeah.
Just what are your thoughts on this one? Or are you just like, you know what, focus on it? You can talk to me after the fight about Marcirley.
Yeah, you know what? I'm very of a present person, so I try not to think too far behind or too far ahead. So right now, all the focus honestly is on Magomed Magomedov. If I come out successful from that, definitely want the title shot, man. I think we both deserve it. It's me. It was either me, Raufeon Stots, or Magomed Magomedov that I think that should fight for that title. I feel like we've deserved it, especially coming from Bellator and fighting these top guys. So yeah, we'll see how things play out, man. I'm not sure how they're going to present it with the tournament, or with the belt, or how they're going to put things together. But yeah, man, once I get past Magomedov, I feel like the sky's open for me to fly.
And then I did want to bring this up. You took a boxing fight
Yeah.
also. Wondering, you know what? Obviously, it's a very different thing. We're seeing more and more guys in this era of combat sports, double dipping, so to speak. How did you like it? And months later, is that something else that you're like, you know what? If the opportunity comes up, I would seriously like to revisit it again.
Yeah, I would actually like another chance at boxing. I fought overseas for my debut. I fought in India. I fought their three-time champion at 147 pounds. So, me, I'm a 135er. I went up a weight class, a couple weight classes to fight this guy, and he did really good. It taught me some things. The boxing world's a lot different from the MMA world. That's like almost like hockey and golf, very similar. Things to do, but different objectives, more limbs. So boxing definitely was fun, man. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed prepping for the fights. They're a little bit easier on your body as far as like, no wrestling, or, your knees and shoulders aren't feeling too bad. Your head definitely feels a little bit more worse, getting punched in the head a little bit more. But yeah, I definitely would love another shot at boxing, man, for sure. 100%. That was a great time.
A lot of people are a little split on the main event of your card. How do you see that fight between Usman and Paul Hughes?
Man, I think it's an interesting fight. They're fighting. The first fight was interesting and close. So we'll see how it goes, man. I think, well, if Paul Hughes can make the adjustments, he could definitely have a great night. Um, Usman obviously is a beast. He's been around for a while. His style has proven success plenty of times. So, man, that's a hard one to call out. I'm not sure, to be honest. I don't know if I had to put my money on it. I don't even know if I'd bet.
And then, of course, you have quite the fight on the undercard. Just how do you see this one going down between yourself and Magomed Magomedov?
Yeah, man, I think we're gonna go out there and just go to war. I feel like he's gonna come out with a little chip on his shoulder. He's been talking, like he wants to compete against me, and I've been feeling the same way. So I think he's gonna go out there, test the waters on the feet for a bit with me. Once I get the better of him, he'll be trying to take me down. I'm gonna be defending takedowns and looking for a fight-ending shot. I'm sick of going to these decisions, and I'm trying to get this fight over with so I can fly back home to my wife and my son.
Awesome. Well, as you said, congratulations on everything you've
Thank you,
had going on. Best of luck, ladies and gentlemen. Sergio Pettis,
thank you,
Magomed
boss.
Magomedov, October 3rd, the Road to Dubai PFL Champion Series. You guys are not going to want to miss it.